All right. We give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakwa Kudash. Double honors to the elders. Peace, salutations, blessings to Akim, pushing this truth. Shalom, hopeful elect. I titled this lesson rolling the spirit, Salaki, rolling the spirit. Lord willing, it'll be an edifying lesson, and just just gonna just get into it. See whatever comes to mind. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm gonna get this Romans chapter 8 verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because it's verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of Most High, neither indeed can be. And to be spiritually minded, if you're meditating, on these scriptures, and departing yourself from this carnal world, then that's good. If you're not meditating in these scriptures, and you're just all your thoughts are worldly thoughts, and you're not that's not pleasing to the Most High. You know what I mean? Uh, we live in this world. Live in this world. Use this world without abusing this world. Roughly paraphrasing. But at the end of the day, even when we're out in this world, whether it be doing going to work, or taking care of our family, or whatever it is, we're once we come to this truth, that's always on your mind, just this this wisdom and knowledge, you know you get this is First Corinthians uh chapter 1 verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. Us brethren, that's coming to this fold under the elders, brothers from GMS and like-minded brothers, you know, we see our calling, the water, all praise Yahweh Shai, that He has opened our eyes and our ears to receive this, this life, man, because you know is walking in this world, walking in darkness. You know what I mean? And like it says, how that not many wise men after the flesh. You know, no matter how wise somebody may seem, in this on this earth, if they're only wise in the carnal aspect, if they're only wise in the fleshly sense, then that's not wisdom. You know what I mean? That's like it's going to get in verse 27 says but the Most High had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. You know what I mean? And the Most High had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Esau and his draconian laws. His police, his military. You know what I mean? Just his military. At the end of the day, Esau sitting on high. He uh he thinks that you know that he can box with the Most High. He can box with Yahweh Shai. But you know, like it says, but the Most High has chosen to confound the wise. And like brothers say, we ain't go to no cemetery school. Like just me myself. I was good at math. I didn't pay attention to the rest of this stuff, but I I was 16-year-old dropout. But hey, at the end of the day, like say, the wisdom in the carnal aspect is not wisdom. You know what I mean? It gets you, carnal reward, but you know you can't keep that. You can't take that with you. Uh, this is verse 28, 1 Corinthians 1:28. And base things of the world and things which are despised hath the Most High chosen. The whole world, look at us, like we're off. You know what I mean? But hey, that's how we look at the whole world. You know what I mean? It was if you were of the world would love you as your own, as its own. But since you are not of the world, I call you out of this world. You're gonna get you're gonna roughly paraphrasing. Let's see if I get that. I'll finish this verse, starting from the top. And base things of the world, and things which are despised hath the Most High chosen. Yeah, and things which are not, to bring to naught. So Esau and the wicked, just everybody that you know is on high now, they're gonna be brought to naught. Because they are the things that that are now, they're gonna be brought low in the time to come. It was if you were of the world would love you as your own. Salakia. John chapter 15, verse 19. I'm gonna start verse 18. Yahweh Shah speaking. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And I mean, just like if you before, just I'm gonna speak, as a man, just in my own experience, before I ever really, come to this truth, heavy like I've been, the world, they hated me. You know what I mean? I didn't fit in. I'd have to try to blend, try to fake it to make it. You know what I mean? Just to blend in. I know, brothers probably, dealt with the same thing, in different levels. But and then you come into this truth, it ain't the plantation Christian crap that everybody, you know, can relate to. So the world damn sure gonna hate you after you start condemning them. You know what I mean? But even before, that's that's just what it is. It says, "But I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you." Verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you: the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they'll also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. You know. But at the end of the day, we're gonna keep the sayings, of this truth, and not everybody's gonna get it. So. So this is I'm gonna finish out this 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 29 through 31. 29, that no flesh should glory in his presence, and when the return of Yahweh Shai, Lord will be that hopeful number. We're gonna be beamed up, via them chariots, and we're gonna get changed, or changed from this flesh, heart of stone's going, be a fleshly heart, and we're gonna be out of this, this mortal body, Lord willing, we have that number. But of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who of Yahweh Most High is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, and that's that's a part of humbling down. This world, they're all everybody's prideful. You know what I mean? I've Lord bless me with a good, common sense and good, spiritual, discernment and awareness. And since I can remember, anytime I had checked my pride, in the past, I was like, no matter what, at the end of the day, whatever ability anybody has, whatever, wisdom, knowledge, understanding anybody has, it's the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. He blessed them with that, and that's what it is. That's why all glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's see. Hey, Shalom, brothers on the comment board. Yahweh Bashem Yahashai, Bashem Rakwak Wadash Barakathon, Akim. This is occupied till I come. Ecclesiasticus 39, verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Come on, that's right. That's fine. Yeah. Just like that made me think, 2 Corinthians 4, 3, and 4. But if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost, whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them, This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7. But we have this treasure in earth, earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh the Most High, and not of us. You know what I mean? That's right, man. Let's see. But yeah, I just man, just meditating this truth. Watching the brothers, bring out the precepts. Just like before I come to this truth, man. Like I always have my times where I sit there and just flip the pages on the Bible and read verses here and there, and didn't really gain much understanding, but I I didn't know the precepts. I couldn't say the book and the verse and the book and the chapter and the verse, and all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Ever since I've been listening to brothers, like I started listening brothers back in like I think it was like September maybe. But ever since then, man, it's like Lord Yahweh Shem he blessed me with the with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Isaiah 33 verse 6. In the times to come, man, just being able to meditate on this word, man. That's gonna really increase your faith. You know what I mean? Because in these peerless times to come, these peerless times to come, these evil times, these bad times to come, that we're gonna have to have that faith, in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So like I'm trying to get this precept. Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days peerless times shall come. Verse 2. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. You look at just look at the world, how it's being run, man. Especially here in Babylon the Great. But all these other nations, they drink of that wine. They're gonna follow after this great whore. You know what I mean? And they do what Babylon do. But without natural affection, you can't have, like, if you're talking about, if you pass laws in a country to like brother say, give a 4-year-old medicine to change his his natural DNA, his natural testosterone, or her natural estrogen or whatever. Like, kids don't even have that at that age. You know what I mean? But you want to do a sex change on children, and not just that. They do it on themselves. But again, that's just all wicked. But when you involve, a child that can't even make that kind of decision into it, that just shows that we're in the last days. You know what I mean? Just like starting from the top again, 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days peerless times shall come. Verse 3, without natural affection. And these devils, they don't have no natural affection, man. All they do is wickedness. And like, at the end of the day, you got your so-called Christians and this and that, and they don't want to hear it. Just like the word, they don't want to hear this word. It's like 2 Corinthians 4 verse 3. The this gospel's hid to them. They don't want to hear the truth. You speak about the wickedness that's going on this earth. They don't want to hear it, you know. And if they do, they're gonna they're gonna, you know, try to make it to be all right. You know, like, I'm tired of hearing that. You know, when somebody sees a transformer or something there, and then people say, "Oh, that's God's child too." like, man, get the fuck out of here! Like, here we are, trying to stay in these scriptures and be 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 in this righteous path to the best of our ability, and you got a fucking transformer dressed in a goddamn Barney suit on the street corner. Somebody saying that's God's child too. You know what I mean? I just what? Get the fuck. Hey, believe me, man. Man, some of these women, that's how they think. Like, God love everybody. It's hard, man. It's hard to. Not everybody's gonna get this though. You know what I mean? But you just gotta, if it's your woman or someone that you have to deal with, then you just gotta be very patient. You know what I mean? And hey, when this shit starts popping off, and Lord, He shows His favor, Lord will we have that number, they gonna get it then. Just let a couple of these prophecies that start these real heavy prophecies start coming to pass, and all out chaos and all out hell start coming, and then they, everybody who was scoffing at this word, at that point in time, Amos 8:11 might not even be able to get this word, but you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, But back to the 2 Timothy, verse 3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, and like you see in this world today, this a wickedness, man. Like you can't really, Lord protecting us, He keep us down on the low, on the bottom. Some brothers might have better than others, but we ain't high up in this devil's system. You know what I mean? That's for a reason, because the Lord he keeping us humble. You know what I mean? Because I think about that all the time, man. If I was high and mighty in this world, man, I'd be messed up. You know what I mean? So all praise to Yahweh Shai that it's a struggle, it's a fight, because at the end of the day that builds you up. You know what I mean? Plus, we're serving judgment. You know what I mean? We're guilty of death. Transgression of law, sin. You know what I mean? Back in old days, guilty of death. You know what I mean? So to be able to have this grace, period, and to be able to see things for what it is, man. It's just that's a true blessing, man. And this is verse 4, 2 Timothy 3:4. Traitors, heady, high-minded. Let's get that word heady. Let's see what that says. Heady. It says rash, to fall forwards, headlong, sloping, precipitously, precipitate, rash, reckless. What was I? Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High, and that's if you ain't careful, that's what this world do to you, man. It'll put you in a state of of loving, whether it be pleasing your lust of the flesh, or your job, or just whatever. That's like it says, if you love your life more than the Most High, if you love your woman, your kids, all that more than the Most High, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? Roughly paraphrasing, because Lord Yahweh Most High, He blessed of all things, and He take it away. You think about Lot. The Most High sent sent, spiritual demon Satan down Lot. He destroyed everything Lot had, but he didn't take his life. And what at the end of the day, Lot, he didn't forsake the most. He stayed true to the Most High. You know what I mean? And that's the mindset and the spirit we gotta be in. And verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. That's a lot of people. Especially these Christian churches. They have a form, of righteousness, whatever the preacher tells them. You know what I mean? Whether it be right or wrong. But in some aspect, they, a lot of people probably try, to think of themselves as, godly people, but they're denying the power. They're denying, how about Shimi Ashai? They don't get it. You know what I mean? They don't. They built up with the pride and just everything it mentioned, man. It's just, and hey, that's why we just gotta be thankful, man. Thankful. Let's see. Let's see what brothers got on here. Hey, Shalom, Prince of Yahweh. Brothers got posted some precepts. I think I did. I didn't get that first one. It's Occupy Takun, Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. I like that. Get that. Let's see what brother got. Prince of Yahweh. John chapter 8, verse 47. He that is of Yahweh heareth Yahweh's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of the Most High. That's a lot of people. They don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear the words. You know what I mean? This brother posted Ecclesiastes chapter 19, verse 20. Was that it? Ecclesiastes 19:22. I typed 21. But I'm gonna read that again. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. And following verse 23, there is a wickedness and the same an abomination, and there is a full wanton in wisdom. Verse 24, he that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. Woo, that's fire. He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. Let me get this next one. Verse 25. There is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust, and there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. Just like say, enemy, he come crouching, but inside he's. Let's see how I find that. Though he come crouching, something like that. I don't think that was it. I can't find it. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shall know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And just like the verse, should got down first, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know? And we know who, our enemy is, it's the wicked, the ungodly. You know what I mean? But hey, they come humble himself. Though we come humble himself and go crouching, we gotta take heed and beware. We gotta stay circumspect. It's like, First Peter chapter 5, verse 8, uh be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, uh seeking whom he may walketh as a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Let me get that, man. Salakia. First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And the Most High send that Satan, spiritual demon Satan down a lot. You know what I mean? He sent it on his Lot. What it say about Lot? Lot was a just man. He saved just Lot because he was just. You know, with the wicked conversation of the ungodly. Let me get that real quick. Now I'll go back to 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. And deliver just Lot. If you go into that word just, it don't mean just him. It means just in the sense of upright, righteous, virtuous, keeping the commands of the Most High. So if the Most High send spiritual demon Satan, whoo, on Lot, on just Lot, on righteous Lot, just think about that. He put a demon on anybody. But I only read this verse. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation, was to the way of life, of the wicked. These with the wicked are, that's why it's revelation. Things are being revealed. The man, the son of perdition, the men of sin is being revealed. We're pretty good at hiding, hiding their wickedness, but we're coming to these end times, and it foretells us that that we're gonna, the Lord's elect, the Lord willing, we have that number. We're gonna see it for what it is, because the Lord blesses us with eyes. But this is that word conversation breaks down to manner of life, conduct, behavior. But let's see. So this is Job chapter 1. I'm gonna start verse 5. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were going about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. And it's going into his family. They were celebrating, birthday, if I ain't mistaken. And Job woke up early in the morning and had to offer up a burnt offering because he knew they were all going off. And he said, and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. Everyone that partook in that celebration. You know, he had to offer up a burnt offering for each person. Said, for Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed the Most High in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. In verse 6, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. You know, and Satan, he worked for the Most High, spiritual being Satan. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Because that's the Lord giving that power, to he can jump on them. he can really come in here, and get on people. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's the Lord will, though. But this is verse 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feared the Most High, and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, do with Job fear the Most High, for naught hast thou has not thou made a hedge about him? Because Yahweh Shem Yashai, he provided that hedge, you know what I mean? And about his house, and about all he hath on every side. That's Satan asking the Most High, don't has thou not made a hedge about him and all his his house and everything? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, Most High blessed him, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse. This is Satan talking Most High. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Everything he had is in thy power. Everything he had is given to him by the Lord. He knew that. And the Lord knew that. Job, he knew that. You know what I mean? So only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So only upon himself put not forth thy hand. That Satan gonna go mess with him, but Lord don't want to put the hands on Lot. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. It goes on, man. Just he man, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read it on down. But it's verse 16. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High has fallen from heaven and has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped to tell thee. It's 18. While he was yet speaking, there came another, just man, back to back. Woo! There came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. You know what I mean? He didn't curse the Most High. he fell upon the ground, and worship. They say shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worship. It said, "Naked came I out my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. How about Shai? Man, in all this Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly, you know. And before we come to this truth, you know, I can't speak on everybody, but things weren't going our way. We was getting judged, we was getting, just whatever happened. And some brothers walked hard than others, you know, but there's been plenty of times where, you know, you know, you wonder why. You ask, not, but you learn to not ask why. You don't question the Most High, and once you come to this truth, it all makes sense. You know what I mean? And man, it's just it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, if he done that to he said there was nobody in the earth like Lot. You know what I mean? And he he brought some fucking some hell upon him. You know what I mean? Just to prove the point. Just man. So you know, yeah, that's good stuff, man. Job, whew, man of the Lord, man. So that's how we gotta be though in these times to come, in these peerless times to come. No matter what happened, you know, if you're in this truth and you're getting this, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, wisdom, knowledge should be the stability of our times and strength of the salvation, and the fear of the Lord is treasure. We gotta be like Job, you know. If the Lord, just like you say, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. You know what I mean? We gotta be ready to die for this thing because, if Esau show up to your house, you got kids and family, and he's like, I'm gonna start blasting unless you take this jab or you take this mark. That shit, start with me. You know what I mean? Like that's the mindset we gotta have. We can't bow down to this wickedness, and we can't we can't be mad at the Most High. You know what I mean? He give us everything, and if he take it away, that's on. That's his power. You know, so. But hey, let's get this right here. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I'll also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten thy law, the Most High. I will also forget thy children. So, man, at the end of the day, it's wisdom and knowledge. That's what, because you're gonna have to have faith. We're saved by our faith, and our works do follow us. Let me see if I can get a couple more of his precepts. Hey, Shalom, GMS Witness of Yahweh Shah, 444. I Shalom Binga Ara Zaka. It's like if I ain't getting that name right. Let's see. Micah, Akapata.com, Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord? And how about Shah, thy power? My eyes shall behold her, and now shall she be trodden down as the mirror of the streets. 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And through the power, through the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, and the brothers, with the spirit on them, bring out this truth, that's we're destroying it. We're condemning this earth, and we're bringing out the wickedness of the wicked, the wicked's being revealed, and like I said, Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and then return of Yahweh Shai, the brightness of his coming. You know what I mean? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders. That's right. That's what I was gonna get that 1 second. I think it was that one right there. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It slipped it went away. Precept come up and then they go, man. Just sometimes it's there and then on to the next one. You know what I mean? Like the water art for the precepts. The water, everybody from precepts. Akim. This is verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of the strongholds. That's right. See, back to Romans 8 and 6. This is carnally minded is death, and the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What's that? I'm trying to see. Weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to pulling down. Man, I have precept that links up with that one. I can't think of it right now. Man, for we war not against the flesh, but against wrestle not against the flesh. See, that's why I like, brothers, what it say that I want to get the other verse too. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And 2 Corinthians, this verse 5. 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5. Casting them down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of power, and bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. The water off for the precepts. I'll read this one again. Actually, I'll read that one again. Man, I had another one pop in there. Another precept pop in my head and I lost it. Man, let me keep reading. Well, this Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. We had to have this, the armor, Yahweh Shai, that we may be able to withstand in the evil day, and have done all to stand, you know. And it boils down to, getting this knowledge and wisdom, just like Isaiah 33, verse 6, knowledge and wisdom gonna be the stability of our times, the strength of salvation, and the fear of the Lord is our treasure. It's verse 14, Ephesians 6:14. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. See, we're in this truth, Lord willing, we are that hopeful number, because you think about, these other churches, these other, religions, they ain't preparing their their church, their body with with these with these prophecies, man. You know what I mean? They ain't preparing them for the day of the Lord. They ain't preparing them for the day of trouble. Leading up to that. You know what I mean? So man, that's we're standing there for having the loins girt up about the truth. So we're girding up our loins through the power, how about some outside through this truth, getting this knowledge, wisdom, and getting receive understanding, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. You know what I mean? But like, if it, it's a lot of people gonna be in trouble, man. These days, that's why we just got to remain humble, understand the Lord has truly blessed us and called us into this light, because, let's say that path, the wide path is, for destruction, you know what I mean? And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, you know, he shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, you know. So just you know, understanding this, getting this knowledge and wisdom and truth and sincerity, that builds your faith, man. Reading these precepts, it builds your faith. It gets you closer to your creator, you know what I mean? It gets you closer to your help us from outside, And I say, understand these prophecies. When things start to pop off and people don't have their lack of understanding, everything's gonna be off. If you don't got any understanding on what the hell's taking place, your understanding's off, your judgment's gonna be off. You see all these people out here getting hit up with that baby sword, you know what I mean? Just they you know what I mean? Verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit. This is our sword, a double-edged sword, you know what I mean? It cut the wicked, but if you found up, it cut you too. You know what I mean? But hey, which is the word of the Most High? How about some Yashai? You know what I mean? Whoo! Let's get that one again. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. Verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance. A word this doesn't want to come out right now. And supplication for all saints. And this is 19. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. And that's what the Lord had called us into this truth, and is making, through the power of how about some outside, we're becoming bold, and the Lord is making known this mystery to us, Lord willing. You know what I mean? This is Ephesians chapter go drop down a couple. Just same chapter, but verse 22. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 22. Whom I sent unto you for the same purpose, that ye might know our affairs, and that he might comfort your hearts. Peace be to the brethren, and love with faith from the Most High, the Father, and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Grace be with all them that love our Lord Yahushua Mashiach in sincerity. Amen. Whew. Amen, brothers. Man, Yahweh Bashim Nahashai Bashim Rakwak Wadash Barakatah or the Akim or the Aqua, laboring this truth, man. Calling to this truth, man. It's like this is where it's at, Let me I'm gonna get a couple of them get brothers posting these precepts. I'm gonna get a couple more of these precepts. I'll close out the water art for the precepts. Occupy.com. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. I already got that one, Salakia. I'll get it again. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of power, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. This is oh man, I should have got down, huh? Brother got that. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Whoo! That's it too. Hey, Shalom Art with the thumbs up impression. Your brother, he followed me on the when I was, lost in the world on my other channel, doing freestyle rap videos. You know what I mean? Hey, Lord working mysterious ways. Whew. Hey, that's all right, brother. Because at the end of the day, it's we're all sheep in this on this earth, and Yahweh, God, so-called God, Yahweh, the Most High God, Yahweh. That's a true name, meaning I am, Bahashim, meaning in the name, and Yahweh Shai, meaning deliverer. He delivers. That's what brothers say. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim Shai, and then Bahashim Rakwak meaning the Holy Spirit. And that's just a Hebrew tongue. But a lot of other different churches and whatever they try to say the Most High's name's Yahweh or whatever, but it's Yahweh, and then they try to say Yahweh Shai's name was Yeshua, or but that you break that Joshua, so that's why brothers of GMS and like-minded brothers, we feel pretty good about that's the true Hebrew name. It's definitely better than the Jesus and God, because you think about all these devils and all their wicked ass bullshit, whatever, they all their gods have names. You know what I mean? And why the hell is our God just called God? Because they try to hide it. Job 9:24. Earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, not wherein who is he. So not only did they put up Caesar Borgia, and paint him, put up a white Jesus, and not only they do that, but they hid the names. they hid the true, Hebrew names. You know, they destroyed the true Hebrew, the heritages of the Hebrews. But we know, brothers, GMS, like-minded brothers, uh, if your spirit, Romans 8, chapter 8, verse 16, if your spirit bear witness, with this truth, then you're probably Israelite no matter how you look. You know what I mean? If you're, if you're hearkening, if you're calling to this truth, and and you're not trying to, argue and fight like some of these Christians. You even got Jake Christians doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Just and then the big mouth women. You know what I mean? They think they know everything, and they don't even. Hell, what say a woman's supposed to be in subjection to her husband, and what the Lord, bear not a woman to teach. You know what I mean? Roughly paraphrasing. This is all. These devils are in rule, man. That's all they know how to do is wickedness and turn everything upside down. But what was I gonna get? Oh yeah, Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. You know, and you see these devils. It's like you go to all the brothers know, but for if they're new listener, new brother, you go to Deuteronomy, uh, 68, 28, 28, 60. I can't remember. Slovakia. Well, I didn't spell Deuteronomy right. That's a problem. Yeah, it keeps auto correcting me. Stupid thing. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And this is one of the curses, that's gonna fall upon, the tribe of Judah, and that's one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. And in this case, this is, you gotta remember, these are prophecies that were to take place in the future of this writing, back in, the days, that it was written, you know what I mean? This is if I'm mistaken, Deuteronomy was a book of Moses, if I ain't mistaken. But yeah. Continue on. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto you, that thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And if you break it down, if you go into it, it means redeemed. You're not going to be redeemed, you know. But who did that happen to? That happened to, the tribe of Judah. They fled into the wilderness, from fleeing to the wilderness, from the homeland to wilderness into, Africa, and then they were, but then they were brought over to, Egypt, which America, Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, by way of ships. You know what I mean? And they were sold unto their enemies, unto the Edomites, for bondmen and bondwomen who come over to America and slayed everybody. the Edomites, the devils. You know, it's not in the tribes. You know, we we're not. You know, there's wicked among it all, but these devils that run this earth that's set on high, that are given this rule, family to family, passed down to generation. You know, they come over here, steal this fucking land, slaughter all the natives. You know, the tribe of Gad. You know, and uh, you know, the other tribes that were over here. You know, and that's all they've ever done. You know, to all the tribes, but you know, they slaughter them, they steal the land, they destroyed the heritage. You know, like Judah, none of the tribes, know, no knew anything, but especially Judah. You know what I mean? But history don't tell it. History's lies. It's a white man lies. You know what I mean? But just like I say, you hear. I heard a few times. Some of the when they brought Judah over here on the ships, they were speaking, Paleo Hebrew. You know what I mean? They were speaking, Hebrew. And then, brother had posted a video where something about, so-called Cherokees, but one of the tribes, Gad, or one of the other tribes, Simeon, or one of the 12 tribes, but they said that they found like a rock or something, and it was in a museum, and it had Hebrew writing, Hebrew carving in it. You know what I mean? But these devils had completely destroyed the heritages, completely, try to cover up everything, try to cover up everything. That's why this is, this is prophesied that, this truth is going to come out. The man of sin is going to be revealed. The son of perdition revealed. But you got to think, these fucking devils, kill, rape, rob, murder, lie, steal this whole fucking land, go over to other countries, bomb the shit out of them, take their fucking land, you know what I mean? And lie about it. Oh, we fly a fucking airplane to our building and blame it on these fuckers. We can go steal their fucking gas. You know what I mean? That's the fucking wicked ass devil shit. That's what they do. And then not only that, they come here, steal all the fucking the natives, the tribes that were here's land. Then they go get fucking tribe of Judah to come over here after they murdered all these motherfuckers, and then they turn them into in slaves. By the end of the day, we understand that that was the Lord Yahweh Shai, executing judgment, and 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 we're learning from it. You know what I mean? We're learning from this judgment on this earth. And but just living in this fucking wicked ass world, man, is vexing because we understand that this is what took place, this is what happened, and then we don't own shit. You got to rent your house. You know what I mean? Like if a brother own a home, then the Lord bless him. You know what I mean? But you got these fucking devils that got billions and millions of fucking dollars, and their families driving around and they ain't even driving, they're flying around. You know what I mean? I ain't never had a brand new goddamn car. Motherfuckers flying airplanes in circles above me, just fucking around. You know what I mean? That's that's vexing. But hey, I'd rather it be how it is now, and then Lord willing have that number in that kingdom, and then kings, and this because kings in the kingdom that these motherfuckers rule this earth now. They're all mortal. They all die. You know what I mean? They can pass their shit down and be, uh, hope to come back a couple generations down the line or whatever, and but kingdom eternal, man. So, but I'm gonna get a couple more here. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. In John John chapter 17. I'm gonna start at verse 6. John chapter 17, verse 6, Yahweh shall speak, I have made manifest thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. You know, thine they were, and thou givest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. You know, all things whatsoever thou hast given me, you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, are of thee, Yahweh. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. You know, Yahweh Shai, when he was on the scene, you know, they believed, you know, they believe he is from Yahweh. You know, plus, you know, it's been prophesied, but you know, you just gotta think, you know, this Yahweh Shai, you know, he was the living word, man. You know what I mean? We have to, you know, we can lock some precepts in, but you just gotta imagine, you know, Yahweh Shai, you know, how, you know, just, you know, it's like when he had, you know, out in the wilderness 40 days, 40 nights fast, you know, and Satan was, you know, messing with it. He was cutting Satan up with the scriptures, you know what I mean? Whew. But it's 17, John 17:10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. And fire. I'll read that again. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. You know, Lord, when we're at number 144,000, you know what I mean? That's the first fruits, you know, given to Yahweh Shai, you know. Lord, when we're, you know, hopeful elect of 1/3, you know, if Lord willing we partake in this, you know, Lord willing we Israel, you know what I mean? Whew. You just gotta think, man, it's the power of Yahweh Shai, you know, just because we could be, you know, we could be outside looking in, man, just at the end of the day, this is humbling, man. This is beautiful. This is humbling because some people are never gonna get this. You know what I mean? What was all right, so this is John 17:12. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou hast given me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. Ooh. And you know, I'm gonna keep going. Verse 13. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not thou shouldst take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Going back to that hedge, you know what I mean? They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. You know, you go in that word sanctify, to render or acknowledge, to separate from profane things and dedicate to God, to the Most High, to cleanse, it says externally, but to cleanse internally, to cleanse your spirit, your mind, to purify by expiate, I don't even know that word, to purify by expiation, free from guilt of sin, to purify, to purify internally by renewing of the soul. It's that word sanctify. Sanctify them through thy truth, thy word is truth. Verse 18, as thou hast sent me into the world, even so I have also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. You think the ultimate sacrifice, man. Like, man, read that again. And for their sakes I sanctify myself. When Yahushua was on the scene, he walked that perfect walk, you know what I mean? And then he was a sacrifice, And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth, through this word, being cleansed by, this wisdom and knowledge and see understanding. This is verse 20. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. That's why, brothers, doing the work, sisters, brothers, hearing this word, just, man, this this is it, man. This is, feed the sheep, man. Like, any way you can. Like, I know, brother, if your brother sees someone, you know, I see, if I see brothers, I'm like, hey, you heard about GMS, or I just try to steer them in the right direction. You know what I mean? Just whenever I feel that spirit on me, which I don't get out and I don't communicate with too many people. Most people be mean mugging me. Like, they don't fucking, they act like they see me and they just, they just, I don't know, man. Just, I always had, you know issues with a hostility with other males. You know what I mean? Unless it's a brother, like, unless like, it's somebody that's in this truth or something like that. Man, it's like, what I mean. But these worldly people that all up in their pride, and I don't like fucking with Esau and these preppy ass motherfuckers. Slocking for the language. Let me see. I get a couple more priests. I'll close out. Hey, Shalom. Gadal, Gabar, Yahawada, Salawon up. Let's see, where was it's Akapata Khan, Isaiah chapter 52, verse 3. For thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 19. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. That's right, bro. Man. John 17:9. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but thou hast given me, for they are thine. John 17:10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Come on. So with that, I hope brothers edify, you know what I mean? Just I tend to just be here and there, but you know, it's rolling in the spirit, man, rolling in the spirit. So with that, I say, the water, all the comments, precepts, everybody tune in, you know. But all praise, honor, and glory. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Hashai, Ba'ashim Rakwa, Kudash, Yokah Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakwa Kudash, Barakathah, Al-Aqwa, and it's true. A Bible ball, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Shalom.